Jurgen, both Craig and Ali pointed out yesterday, when it came to Mbappe's runs off the ball, they weren't what you want from your striker. He wasn't getting in the right position. And questioning, why are we seeing that? Why are we seeing him make those sort of errors?
Well, I thought, compared now to the game against Barcelona, where he was always a step too early in offside, obviously, because he was too eager to get through and to score a goal, and he was too anxious about his game. Now he started from more behind. He started to make sure that he's not going to get caught in offside too often, and actually had a very good chance to score in that game now. So this is a mental process that Kylian Mbappe is going through right now. And we cannot say just because he won a World Cup and is a superstar and he's one of the best strikers in the world that he's already perfect. You got to work on that every week, every day. And he does that too. So this is a process he's going to go through now, so with some issues. It's not only, you're not always on the top. You're going to go through periods where for a couple of weeks things are not going your way, and you got to figure out, especially as a forward, to work yourself back into a positive thought process and to build yourself the confidence to finish off things and to score the goals that you usually score. And so it's a very busy Kylian Mbappe, not only physically, obviously we expect more from him there, but also mentally. He's in a different place now. It's one of the biggest clubs in the world. And obviously he fits there and he's one of the best players, but that doesn't give you the guarantee that it will just, work out perfectly from day one on. So this is a phase he has to go through. He has to fight through that. He has to question himself. He has to be honest to himself too. And if he goes through it and he's honest to himself, then he will figure out a way to get through. And in a couple of weeks from now, hopefully we're going to see a different Kylian Mbappe that scores goals and has a smile on his face.
You know when we saw the goals that Barcelona scored?
Yes.
And then you watch what Real Madrid are doing in the penalty box. In terms of movement, Koundé, on 2 occasions when he got on that wide position and made 2 goals, he had 3 or 4 options in the penalty box. When you see Real Madrid, you see Vinny going down the line, there isn't any options.
But why not?
Well, because there's no movement. And it seems like everybody who's getting in the box is only interested in them getting on the end of a ball. As opposed to, you look at Barcelona, they are spread all around the goal. So Koundé has 3 and 4 options, as I said, because not only do Barcelona players want to score, but they also understand that if I take a little step this way and pull a defender, there's a hole for Pedri or somebody else to take a step forward.
So everyone's just looking out after number one?
Absolutely looks as though everybody's just, as soon as they get anywhere close to the penalty box, it's like, I don't care who's where, this is where I'm going, because I want to get on it. Absolutely 100%. No movement and just being selfish completely.
But if you get both Vinicius Junior and Kylian Mbappe who like to drift into wider positions and hover around the edge of the box, which you saw Mbappe do a lot yesterday. When balls were coming in, he was stood on the 18-yard line. Then you need midfielders to be hitting that space. And that's what Jude Bellingham did brilliantly last year. He did it for Dortmund and he did it for Real Madrid. He hit that space where it was vacated by front men and he made those late runs, but he was doing it from the number 10 position. He can still do that now, but he's having to do it from either the right side or the left side. And then he's having to track back and help the fullbacks. So you're not getting that threat because there's nobody like Lewandowski who's in there sniffing about for anything that drops. You think, oh, thank you very much, I'll have this. Or he makes a nice little run off the shoulder of a defender. They're all pulling into positions where they're going to have to do something individually brilliant, like a drip, beat 2 or 3 players and score, or bend one in the top corner, because when they're slinging balls in the box, they might only have one person in there, or at times, like yesterday, nobody. At times yesterday, they had nobody in there, and it's just, you saw Bellingham coming off, right? We could talk about Mbappe all day, we did yesterday. But you saw Bellingham coming off, and he's feeling it.
Yeah.
No goals. No goals. This guy, I can't remember, but this time last year, he probably had, I don't know, 8 or 10. Something like that. He was absolutely flying.
13.
But, sorry?
13 goals he had. 13 goals he had at this stage last season.
At this stage, well,
13.
that shows you that shows you the difference. And it's okay. He might not be playing as well, and Real Madrid clearly are not playing as well as a team. But you're really, I think when Ancelotti sits down and thinks, how do you fix this? He's got to get back to basics. Where do they get the best out of Mbappe? Where do they get the best out of Vinicius? Do I need to introduce Rodrigo to help his mate get a partnership? How is that all going to work? Do I need to leave? Clearly not going to leave Mbappe out. So that can't happen. So he's going to have to figure it out. But the other thing he has to figure out is how I get... Because if you're not getting goals from front, guys, clearly you have to get it from the middle of the park.
Right.
You just have to. It doesn't stack up, one or the other. You have to be getting a threat from everywhere. And at the moment, they are not. They are not. And a lot of the threat has been negated. And the more it gets negated, the more frustrated the players get and the worse the problem gets. So he has to solve it very quickly. But I would suggest, not having Bellingham chasing back fullbacks. And yesterday it was Valverde on the right side chasing back fullbacks. Just because the front two are not working hard enough is maybe where he has to start with this problem.
Right.
In terms of, listen, this starts at the front with you two. And whether they want to listen or not, I don't know. I can't answer that. But as a team game, and this team are in a bit of a crisis at the moment, as a team game, this all starts at the front. You listen to all the coaches, defending starts at the front. But for Real Madrid at the moment, it is not.
What happens? What happens when he drops? What happens if he drops Mbappe?
He won't.
Does the hand grenade get thrown in? Does it blow everything up? Does Mbappe... But
he's not going to drop him, Steve.
But we're sitting here talking, all of us, and we did it yesterday, and we're doing it again today, and the answer seems to be staring us straight in the face. The biggest problem here is Mbappe.
But remember, Mbappe was injured and still Real Madrid weren't that good.
Well, if we want to sit here and talk about how do we fix this and how does Ancelotti fix it, Craig's just told you that Bellingham, who scored all these goals, isn't getting in the penalty box to get on in. All he's doing is covering. Valverde isn't the guy who's going to be doing that either. If it's Modric wants to be a playmaker. He's not going to do it. So if the front guys ain't scoring goals because Mbappe wants to be playing on the left but can't, and then you've got Vinny playing on the left, and Vinny's taking penalties. So where's the goal? Where are the goals coming from? And where's the shape coming from? Because we're just sitting here going, well, Mbappe can't not play, but how do we fix the middle of the park? How does Rodrigo play then as well? How does Rodrigo come in and play? Because if I'm Rodrigo, I'm going, hold on a second. Did you watch me playing last season? Why am I not playing? I mean, and I'm with you. You could probably guarantee Mbappe's not getting thrown out. But I tell you what, every single thing we've said for the last 2 days, the problem looks like Mbappe.